Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Crypto David and today we are talking about LCX. We're probably around the 4th or 5th time. Haven't mentioned that much on the channel because I've only invested and been interested in LCX about a month ago. That was my first video that I actually made on LCX. It's one of my favorite projects to date. Not only is the most regulated exchange, which is so important with regulations coming, it is a future bank. It is becoming a bank. Absolutely insane. I'll show you, you're seeing more centralized players enter the game. We're seeing Charles Schwab for the Economic Forum to launch a cryptocurrency exchange. These will be the next generation of exchanges. World Economic Forum, Monty, LCX has ties to World Economic Forum. The whole team does. Absolutely insane in potential for this project in terms of tokenization. Also, we're tokenizing assets, securities, utility, you name it. This project is so undervalued. If it's your first time to the channel, please subscribe and leave a like down below. Without further ado, here we go. Okay, so when it comes to these low caps, they're so lucrative, and when the utility is on the hypes of the products I talk about, in comparison with LCX, API free, Casper, ALBT, they have such low cap but so much utility, and it makes me want to just chuck in, a couple grand and see what happens. Now, if you go to market cap of, actually the reason for this video, the title, how much LCX is needed, because of this tweet here by Mark. Pretty impressive. I think we could all agree. Another 5 years time, you invested $1,000 in LCX, you'd have question mark, because $1,000 in BNB 5 years ago would be 2.7 million today. And that's the question, how much LCX do you need? Now, being newly exposed to crypto, I gotta be honest, I don't have that much. I probably only have about, $400, $500 for complete transparency, around that, 10,000 LCX sort of standpoint. So I don't have much. So this is a question I need to ask myself to aim for these higher amounts when these prices finally come. And if you compare it to the likes of other exchanges like CRO, 67x, I think that's pretty realistic for LCX to reach. And obviously the higher one, BNB, which is 1,100x. Not only is LCX the most regulated exchange in the whole game with 8 licenses within Liechtenstein, they also have the LCX terminal, which provides trading across multiple exchanges and the tokenization of assets on their platform for institutions, which provides instant settlement on securities or assets. And this takes years to implement, so it gives them in turn a huge advantage over other exchanges. My long-term vision, my long-term goals for LCX is to be $10 per coin, only putting it at 8 billion market cap, upside of 200x. So my $500 would be $100,000. That's obviously a huge jump in price. But it's just not enough. That's why you have to accumulate a lot of, LCX or crypto in general, and aim for these higher amounts. So I'm going to start adding the LCX to my DCA method. A tweet here by Drunk Monk. LCX is building an ecosystem that will soon dominate the markets, with banks now trying to set up regular exchanges to sell to retail. LCX is already ahead with most regulatory licenses. The race has already begun, and LCX will be a top exchange at the finish line. And just to prove this point, if you heard the recent news about the regulated trading platforms won't be allowed to list or offer privacy coins anymore, and LCX has never ever listed a privacy coin. They know the law back to front. They are prepared for anything that will be pushed towards them. That's why they're the most regulated cryptocurrency exchange. Also, look at the advisory board. Look at the connections to the World Economic Forum. We can see that here, a little string here of green. Jimmy Wales, a string there. Plamham, string there. David. Yes, Don Tapscott. Also, the only one we don't see, is Miko. But I also think Apple, Celsius, and OpenSea makes up for that missing link. Also, Don Tapscott, co-founder of the Blockchain Research Institute, being named, in the top 50 thinkers numerous years, time and time again. He has literally said LCX is one of the most important companies in the space and in the whole world. And here we have Monty congratulate their neighbor Lgt Bank follow Lgt for the registration as a TT token depository according to the blockchain laws Liechtenstein. You can see the list of the ones they have here. Token generator, token issuer, exchange service provider, identity service provider, key depository, price service provider, and token depository. And this connection is absolutely huge. Lgt Private Banking. Lgt is the world's largest private banking and asset management group owned by an entrepreneurial family, the royal family of Liechtenstein. And they have 284 billion assets under management. And here we have a bit of a crypto lesson with Crypto Nagato. This guy is one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter. Look at his tweets. He's very logical and very smart. One of the reasons I actually made this channel is because people in the cryptocurrency space are very emotional. They're so emotional. The price goes up, the price goes down, they feel sad, vice versa. I offer more of a reassuring perspective, just more of a logical perspective. What's in your control? What can you do? How can you make your experience a lot better? He says this, you make a 5x, you want a 10x, so forth. If you're always wanting more within the market, then your investment goes down 95% in a blink of an eye. Then you cry, greed is a plague. Learn to control it. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to XRP, so many people are saying they're never going to sell their bags. I'm telling you right now, XRP has not moved in years. 90% of holders, when they say that move past $1, even past all-time high, they will be spamming the sell button. And you have to have a bag on your cold wallet that you promise yourself not to touch. I think there's cold wallets out there, systems where you can't actually open it until a certain date within the feature. Same with LCX. Once you see LCX go past $1, it's not wrong to sell past $1, but you want to wait to these further positions. So have small bags that you plan to take profit on, and the majority on a cold wallet that you're never going to touch. Also, I said in the channel, the first video I made on LCX is a 1000x gem, but that's not even, impossible to think. It would only have to have, around a 44 billion market cap, take BNB's place, and it'd be $58, around that 1000x sort of point. And in order for these price points to be hit in the future, the question that stands, is LCX the next generation of cryptocurrency exchanges? How unregulated are the existing cryptocurrency exchanges? What licenses do they lack out of this list with regulations coming in place? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself. Also, asset tokenization estimates by 2030, $16.1 trillion. LCX is tokenization assets, security, utility. And when you think about the partnership between LCX and QNT, they're advancing CBDC settlement, and LCX is helping QNT tokenize currencies. Also, with this video here, we'll leave you guys with tokenization of data, oracles, HTTP, all happening on the DAG. Monty from LCX and Ben from DAG. And LCX will offer legal support for Constellation's ecosystem and will utilize the hypergraph. Also, in tokenization, everything will be tokenized. It's a digital world that we actually live in. And I'm a big fan of DAG, Constellation DAG. One of the first videos actually made on this channel was about DAG, if we can find it. About 11th video there. Very informative video to check out. More of an introduction to DAG if you're interested in that. And check out the first video as well. I'll leave up here for LCX. First video I made, more of an introduction to LCX also. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. How much LCX is needed? Well, I can tell you right now, probably a lot more than 10,000. Aim for these higher sort of amounts. When it comes to LCX, in preparation, this project could do amazing X's though. It is a low cap, gem. So you don't have to, you can mitigate your risk a little bit. You don't have to invest too much. Even 10,000 might be enough. It might be enough depending on what you want out of the market. But the gains this product can give, I think it's very lucrative. And with the utility, I feel very secure in LCX's future. So I'm definitely going to invest a lot more than that. But if you made this far in the video, thank you very, very much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one.
So how to generate an official reference price, which is immutable, which is secure, and also can't be changed afterwards. And that's something which we've now built with our initial MVP products here with the price oracles. So that's a reference price for Bitcoin, Ethereum on Euro and US dollar, and giving basically one price each day. So if you buy your real estate, you can go back to last November on the 20th and see, okay, that was the conversion rate, official conversion rate. And what we are now planning to do is to bring these data and data feeds also on different channels. So that's why the state channel and running a node for us is something which is very exciting.
I think this is pretty fascinating because what you're so everybody that's on this call, listen to really what Monty's saying is really the evolution and path to mainstream adoption of cryptocurrencies, where data derivative products and data products and developer tools can actually be created in a succinct way that's truly, where the data is truly valid. Now you can actually make institutional grade trading solutions, much like hedge funds do in securities markets. This is a fascinating evolution that I know personally at Constellation we've had a vision for, being able to index all the different blockchains while also indexing the NASDAQ and having that validated on a network, you can create pretty advanced solutions with this data. So not only are we talking about creating better oracleization around this data and auditability and referencing price action, but you're also talking about creating what we call this like DataFi, or creating advanced solutions around the data and letting developers kind of decide how they want to use the data. So I think it's really cool.